Hey there guys, it's controversial here. So today I just wanted to talk about female rappers and why I have almost like why I have zero respect for female rappers. Specifically, like today times, like the modern age. How can you have respect for a huge majority of the most famous female rappers when all they pretty much rap about is their body and their sexuality? Like I'll never understand how a whole genre that used to be very well respected and that used to have its place in hip hop and rap has now just turned into over sexualization, exploitation, and of all out immorality. Because the biggest issue I have with the female rappers these days is that nothing they rap about is serious. Like I don't like listen, I don't listen to rap in general anymore. I grew out of it honestly because it's just like rap music is just not the same anymore. Honestly speaking, it's just not the same anymore the way it used to be. And all the rappers who I listened to growing up are just they've made too much money and their craft has been as like a sort of slipped over the years. Now the biggest issue I have is that I cannot listen to female rappers anymore. Like I think on my phone, the phones I've never had one female rap song because I don't really mess with I don't really listen to female rappers honestly, and especially these days the music they listen to is very sexually charged, and I cannot bring myself to listen to it. Like female rappers are not good for females and they're not good for young kids, specifically young girls. They they create the false narrative of how using your body is powerful. Like honestly speaking, I cannot deal with it anymore. And it's to the point where I don't want to listen to any more female rappers because you find out that like most of these women are weak-willed and they have zero morals. Like for example, you cannot call yourself a female. You cannot you cannot give yourself the title of being a rapper and then complain on Twitter each time the industry doesn't do what you want. It's very lazy. Like for example, because you cannot bring your feminine nature to something that is male dominated, because then you'll never get respect. Because then as soon as a female rapper receives hate or receives criticism, she wants to cry, she wants to play the victim, she wants to run and hide. And when you're a man, you don't have that privilege of always of being able to play the victim or running to Twitter or running to your fans and seeking sympathy from them. And this is something I've noticed that a lot of female rappers do, because they want to act hard, they want to act tough, but then as soon as the criticism comes in, they want to run and be a woman and cry and everything. And you honestly need to take into consideration when you label yourself as a rapper. When you label yourself as a rapper, being a rapper is someone who usually has the odds against them, who's the underdog. This is the founding. This is the way rap was started. It was about rapping about the struggle. Whoever struggle, whatever struggles you have, whether it was with drug addiction, abuse as a child, you honestly have to have some sort of a struggle to be a rapper. You have to have a you have to have a deep story behind your rapping. Why do you rap? Because honestly speaking, like most of these rappers, specifically the women these days, are just rapping about. They just rap to make money. Honestly speaking, they are just rapping to get money. They don't care about music, they don't care about rap, they don't care about their fans, they only care about themselves. And honestly, it should not be allowed. At this point, I feel that we should really, because like for example, Megan Thee Stallion raps a lot about being a hoe and about her body. Like, and the same with Cardi B and with the song WAP. Like, leading women who are rappers don't twerk in their videos. Like, in like a certain sense, have you seen Missy Elliott twerking? Have you seen Queen Latifah twerking? Have you seen any founding female rapper twerking? And where are we gonna draw the line? But technically, I don't necessarily care about that. But it's just something. It's just something that I wanted to honestly speak about. And listen, let me tell you something. Using, like, for example, Cardi B. Like, you cannot call Cardi B. You cannot call Megan Thee Stallion a rapper, because if you look at the type of music they make, I would rather them call themselves pop stars instead. Because just because they spit out a bunch of lyrics doesn't necessarily make them a rapper. Because if you look at, for example, Doja Cat and Iggy Azalea, like, they they all are over sexualized people, and they know that. Like, if you look at rappers like Young Ma, for example, Young Ma is someone, is a female. She's female, but of course, she's she's homosexual. So, you know and if you look and this whole issue of, like, where a woman is a pop star, but yet they call her but yet they call them but yet they call them rappers. The woman says a few lines of like the woman says a few lines of lyrics, and all of a sudden she's a rapper. Like, you need to really choose a side. Are you a singer, a pop star, or a rapper? Because if you're a rapper, you shouldn't have to over sexualize yourself and use your body to to actually get noticed and recognized, which is literally what a huge majority of female rappers do, especially of this time and this era, which is something that they should not be allowed, and they need to be called out for it. Because do you honestly see Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, Doja Cat, and Iggy Azalea lasting another good 20 years? I don't think so. Because once they get old, what are they going to do? Honestly, answer me this question. Because, like, if you take into consideration rappers like Queen Latifah, Missy Elliott, and whatnot, like, for like yes. So Queen Latifah is a huge female influence, for example. Now, with everything, she raps too. Um, but, like, I don't think she's ever labeled herself as an artist or whatnot. Like, most people know her for her acting and whatnot. But, like, Queen Latifah is a singer, songwriter, rapper, actress. She does everything. She does everything. Queen Latifah does everything. Like, most people don't, like, if, like, for example, like if you haven't been following Queen Latifah for that long, you don't even know she's a singer. You just know her as an actor. But, like, Queen Latifah has never used her body in her videos or anything. Because back in the day when she was still rapping, back in the day when people like Missy Elliott were coming out, there was no such thing as twerking in video. Like, specifically with female rappers. You had to be a respectable rapper to get respect. Don't use your body and validate yourself, and then want your female validation and expect to be respected. You're gonna be clowned on. That's why I don't respect most female rappers these days, especially the biggest names, because they just wear the loudest clothes, twerk the hardest, and have the biggest boobs and the biggest butts. That's literally it. There's no talent whatsoever. So honestly, tell me, when these women, when these women hit their 40s, hit their 50s, what are they gonna be doing? Is Megan Thee Stallion still gonna be doing what she's doing until she's uh, uh, is Megan Thee Stallion still gonna be doing what she's doing when she's 40? Is Cardi B still gonna be doing what she's doing when she's 50? And for example, Cardi B is 29 years old, so her, like, she cannot pull off this she thing for long. Like, even if you look at Nicki Minaj, for example, Nicki Minaj is 39 too. And Nicki Minaj has been doing a lot with her career, but you see, the thing with Nicki Minaj has a hardcore fan base, because she's been famous for long. Like, I think Nicki Minaj is the one person who really made this whole you know I don't know what to call this genre of hip hop, but she's a really powerful female rapper, and she's been spitting since the early 2000s with YMCMB and everything. It was only like a few years, like maybe a while ago, when she started using her body, like with that Starship song. But before that, she was spitting hectically. And if you honestly think about it, Nicki Minaj has there's no nudes. She doesn't have an OnlyFans. She literally used her spitting. Like Nicki Minaj is one person that I can honestly say that I respect as a female rapper. And to me, it kind of seems like she's slowed down a bit, like from way back when. But at the end of the day, I respect Nicki Minaj. But yeah, at an arm's length type of mentality. But anyway, guys, like this is why I cannot respect most modern female rappers, because there's nothing to respect. How can you respect twerking? How can you respect twerking, silicone boobs, silicone BBLs, and whatnot, and OnlyFans? Like, why would you think that's okay? And they don't care about their fan base. They don't care about their fan base. They just want money. Like Missy Elliott is probably like Missy Elliott was my childhood, people. Like Missy Elliott was was one of the biggest rappers that I listened to growing up. Oh man, like Missy Elliott. Yeah. But anyway, guys, like for example, no one's gonna remember Iggy Azalea 10 years from now, and she's 31. She's older than Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. Like nobody's gonna remember when she's no, like nobody's gonna remember Iggy Azalea. No one's gonna remember Doja Cat. And like, okay, she still has a long time to go, but like, no one's gonna remember Megan Thee Stallion. No one's gonna remember Cardi B. I give yeah, exactly. No one's gonna remember them a while from now. Everyone's gonna grow out of their content. And so not content, their music. But yeah, like, this is why I have no respect for female rappers these days. Like, what is to respect? But anyway, guys, this is controversial saying your gender does not dictate your success. Okay, maybe to a certain extent, but not to the certain extent of longevity, of morality, and whatnot. If you honestly want to prove yourself, what you can do is what proves you, not who you are. Because if nobody knows who you are, then how can you prove yourself? Like you cannot just say I am an attractive female. You must respect me. You must give me clout and everything. They would laugh at you. They would laugh you out of whatever you do. And you know, with everything, even Doja Cat was quote unquote exposed for being a lazy artist because she didn't want to work, and yet she calls herself a female rapper, and now she wants to go vent on social media like a punk. Honestly, that's you're being a coward. Then don't call yourself a rapper. Honestly, don't call yourself a rapper. You cannot call yourself a rapper and then complain about each and everything and vent online like some like you cannot go online and vent like some TikToker or some YouTube or something. Really, you make more money anyway. It's cool. It's cool. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Hey, this is controversial signing out. Goodbye.